Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. We know where Kentucky is going for their bowl game, but there is, a playoff thing that's a pretty big deal, and those matchups were revealed as well. So we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit. Who would you have had number one, by the way? Because I know there's some controversy. Should it be LSU or Ohio State?
I'm LSU all the way. They're my pick for the national title. I love watching them. I kind of was a fan this year. I even watched all their games I wouldn't normally pay attention to. They were just such a fun team to watch this season. I like them to
because their offense was, for the first time since like Jamarcus Russell, was really exciting to watch. But Ohio State, they struggled a little bit early with Wisconsin and then, just turned it on. And now they'll face Clemson, who, by Dabo Swinney's admission, is the only team to go undefeated as defending national champs and then end up number 3.
I'm not sure what to make of Clemson this year because the ACC was so bad, and we learned when these other teams, kind of like when Kentucky played Louisville, when you get a little crossover there. I'm taking Ohio State in that game for a little Ohio State LSU for the championship, where it'd be about 100 to 110 final score there. But I'm rooting for a big offensive shootout between those two teams coming out of the playoff.
By the way, Dabo is really just feeding this into his team because Florida State was the defending national champs and was number 3 then the year after that. But then they got smoked by Oregon, so it was neither here nor there.
Are you with me on LSU, Ohio State?
I'm 100% with you on that.
Okay.
And then I'm on LSU.
All right.
Winning it all. But
I think so too.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. So what kind of things happened in that top 10 that made UK go to the bowl that they went to?
Yeah, we needed Auburn or Alabama to be higher up the rankings, and it just didn't pan out that way. That moved all the SEC people down. As we saw, we thought we were going to go to the Tax Slayer Bowl, and it just really, everybody got pushed down one level, and it puts UK in the Belk Bowl, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But Auburn and Alabama, I thought we were going to be ranked a little higher than they were. Alabama with 2 losses, nobody saw that coming. Auburn had a pretty good year, but they just weren't rated high enough to get into that top level of bowls.
First time in the history of the playoff, which is not, that long, but first time Alabama won't be in it. I'm
excited about that game they got, though. Alabama-Michigan. Alabama could beat them by 50. Maybe it'll be close. I think the spread's kind of close, but I think that might be a blowout. I'm excited to see Harbaugh lose another big game, this time to the SEC. So that's one of the ones I'm most excited about across the whole bowl schedule.
So Louisville back in a bowl game, and they will face Mississippi State, where apparently they are not going to allow cowbells into the stadium.
Unbelievable. You got to let them have the cowbells. If we have to put up with them, they'll get them in there. I wanted the Louisville, Tennessee in the Music City Bowl, not just because it had Kentucky going where we thought we would against Indiana, but I wanted my 2 rivals, the 2 programs I hate, on the same field so I could just root for no points, a 0-0 tie, give them both losses. But that would have been an interesting dynamic with those 2 playing against each other. But instead, they get Mississippi State. I think we all know who we'll be rooting for. Go Bulldogs on that one.
Absolutely. And one more in-state bowl game. Western Kentucky will take on Western Michigan to find out who is the most Western of anyone.
I won't pretend to know a lot about Western Michigan football, but it is exciting that Western's getting back to a bowl. They've kind of been up and down the last 5 or 6 years. Had the big win against Arkansas this year, so they're going to Dallas for a bowl game. That'll be a fun one to watch. And
they beat them in basketball, too.
Yeah. Abusing Arkansas. I would not schedule the Hilltoppers any longer if I'm in Arkansas these days.
That's right. We'll have much more coming up. More topics to talk about next on Hey Kentucky. Stay with us.